Alright, so here we go with the final video for this week of Ather Raid's Astra season. This one, there was one match that I played before this specific match, but I'm going to skip that one because this is really the team that I wanted to highlight, especially after the last video where I was discussing, alterations that needed to be made and how a lot of the units that we've gotten are really more well placed on defense because of where we need the firepower. In order to counter some of the more powerful units on the map or in the game, in the meta. So yeah, this is more of a counter option. Counter to the counter option, whichever way you want to look at it. But I had to resort to bringing out Mia off of defense, unfortunately. So that was a waste of, well, it's not a waste of a blessing. Eventually it will be because I'm going to put her back on defense. She's just that good. This is a really nice Felix, by the way. But yeah, unfortunately, there's just no other unit with reflex as a starter turn option. Of course, there's Black Knight, but he's out of season. So if you want reflex, you got to go with Mia.
Ever onward.
Sorry. And that's why she's here.
Whatever you say,
to provide that reflex support, and she's also a very powerful unit. The pass in her B skill, her speed, a lot of good things about this Mia. I really enjoy this unit. She's very good. If I was still playing Summoner Duels, she'd probably be my main pick. I'm seeing a lot of units lose speed checks there, so that's probably a concern that I would have, but I probably would have merged her and stuff if I was, being serious with that game mode. But for Ather Raids, just make do with what you have. It's okay. You don't really need to overinvest into stuff. So yeah, Mia is here for the reflex support. Start a turn. We have Elm. We have Sakura, which is a unit that I don't use very often, if at all. Actually hate her. I hate her because of how toxic she is. But that's where we are, man. The game has me running the safe defense. I'm running Sakura, and I've taken Ather out of retirement as well, for Mythic Ather out of retirement as well, since this Veil is just so bad. Man, I'm gonna bench her so quickly, like I said. But yeah, I had to bring these units together along with Emblem Celica here, who is probably my favorite pick of the bunch here. In terms of options, weren't a lot of options. It would have probably been stuck with using Lyn again, but I find that Celica fits a specific niche in the current meta, and she plays it very well when paired with Sakura, so that's why the two of them are on the team. If not, I would have just gone with Emblem Lyn again plus someone else for boosted damage. I don't know, maybe Sedith. But no, I decided to change things up a bit. So we have Celica here, Emblem Celica, and Sakura and Elm. These three units will solo pretty much, or help you solo or to clear pretty much any map in the game because of the combination of effects that they offer and how well those effects play off each other. Celica with the Queen of Warping, essentially. Remember how I was saying that there just aren't enough units in the game with built-in pass, and I was also talking about Disarm Trap as well, but Celica doesn't really need the Disarm Trap since she has such a large threat range. She's able to get to more spots and navigate the opposing defense much more effectively, which reduces the need for Disarm Trap. So that's why Celica is here. She's paired with Sakura because Salvage, which I think will play a large part in the meta as we move forward at some point. We're going to get more of that. But for right now, it's very good on Sakura. Again, that's why I hate her. And this is the reverse of the Tana team, whereas the Tana team can go both in and out. Once Tana does her thing, the Sakura team only works if you initiate. And that's what Celica and Elm are paired together to do, initiate. So essentially, this is a strategic targeting of, I think those are synonyms, yeah, of specific units to break down the opposing defense unit by unit, and then Sather is here to shut down whoever is problematic. And I could have used Duo Sather, Baby Goveg, but I decided to go with the Mythic version just because of score. I needed another Mythic in there. Elm can't be the only Mythic, of course. Perhaps when Veil is gone, I can actually run a better unit there. But for now, it needed to be this Sather. Her Refine, I was playing with it a bit. I was actually testing it out to see if she could potentially take out Hector. She does not. she does not take out Hector. At least not with the build that I have. Maybe you need Favor or something. I don't know. But starting off with the fact that AoEs don't work, yeah, there's just no way she's hitting hard enough to take out Hector as far as I see it. I've tried quite a few units actually to take out Hector. I don't want to say none of them work. I've rounded out to perhaps 5 now. We have hold on, let me double check.
Ever onward.
All right, okay, so we have Hearthfogger, green. I guess the blue one can do it too, but I guess Hearthfogger. And then we have Mythic Lyn, to my surprise, which we found out last week, with, you know, some help. I don't remember who mentioned it, but there's definitely a shout out to be given there. And we have Micaiah, attuned Micaiah. To my surprise, I tried pretty much all the Micaiahs, and attuned Micaiah was the only one that could actually do it. I'm suspecting color advantage played a huge factor there. Granted, it depends on the merges, of course, and support. She can miss the KO, but she can also get it done. And also, like, take no damage from one hit. If she gets hit twice, then she probably dies, but she can survive one hit from Hector, which is amazing because most of the other units in the game can't. So Attune Micaiah, also very difficult to get her to double, but if she's able to double him, she definitely kills. If you can get to like some desperate, well, no, Hardy Bearing. Never mind. But yeah, Attune Micaiah, one shot.
Whatever you say, boss.
Boulder. I'm talking about the range Boulder. Brave Boulder can do it. And lastly, what's her face? I just found this out. I guess Valley can do it as well, Mythic Valley, but I haven't tested that. But I'm assuming she can. But yeah, the other unit was Veronica. Tea Time Veronica. I was very surprised. Well, to be fair, I probably shouldn't have been. And you're gonna see Tea Time Veronica pop out on this team as well, because I definitely needed her to help me clear the specific map. Yeah, Tea Time Veronica, and also pointing this out, Felix is the biggest threat on this team, and he is well positioned behind Hector. That's definitely where you want your Felix to be if you're, you know, building an anima defense. You want your bulky units in front and your squishy units in the back to protect them, and then allow them to, you know, potentially get danced as they move down and extend your threat range. So Felix here is the biggest problem. Unfortunately, since I can't take out Hector, I can't stop Felix from moving. Luckily, it's turn 2, so I'm going to depend on the safety fence to do that job for me. They did not have Ather, which is what allowed me to clear the map in the method that I'm using right now. If they had Ather, none of this would have worked. Hector, Felix would have came down and killed something, most definitely. So, yeah, Ather would have solved this problem immediately. So thankfully, he was not running that unit, and I got the opportunity to actually play the game. But yeah, Tea Time Veronica, there she is. Very good counter to this Hector, because of the amount of flat damage reduction that she has, very similar to Brave Boulder. The only difference is Boulder can actually kill Hector. Veronica can't. Veronica needs reflex to get the job done. And I mean, in terms of like, if there's a, like, I'm talking about with Hector's with support. If it's just like a regular Hector, no support, whatever, just standing there menacingly, then, you know, that list of units can probably be expanded, probably incorporating more armor effective hits, since for some reason they took away our Hector's armor effective stick. That's kind of the thing that Hector had, but they were like, nah, I'm not going to give him that anymore. But yeah, more armor effective units. If there's a Byleth there, it's not Byleth, Marth there, then that would more than likely remove Micaiah's ability to take him out. So you could, Micaiah is probably like on the fence. Unfortunately, you know, I tried Emblem Micaiah and I was really disappointed with the fact that she could not take out Hector, because she should be the best Micaiah. She's the Emblem version. She's the last one to come out. So I was really expecting more out of that unit, and a lot of times she just leaves me very disappointed.
Sister, I'm
But
here.
yeah, overall, I find Veronica to be a good addition to the units available to take out Hector with. He's really annoying, if I'm being honest. I don't think, like, where we are right now, I don't know if I'd actually, like, use him. I feel like the armored units in the game are the best Omni
As you
tanks,
say.
which is what I was doing with Corrin, who I still think is a very good Omni tank because she meets the two conditions, speed and power. Well, no, speed and bulk. She does not win the power check. She often misses kills, which is one of the reasons that I kind of stopped using that team composition with her in it. Really, you got to partner her with someone that has reflex, like Black Knight or
As you say.
drive reflex or something. She can't really do it on her own, which is yeah, like I said, the reason I kind of stopped using that team. And then the same can be said with Hector. Like, well, not necessarily the same. Hector ticks kind of all the boxes, to be honest. And then we have Black Knight, who I still think is very strong, but has fallen off because there's just more units that are able to kill him. In comparison to Hector, I guess because of how new he is, it's like, what, like one hand, 5 units that can really just body him. Unless I'm just not, like, I don't have everyone accounted for. I don't have the new Erica, and I don't really think she's a good unit, so I wouldn't necessarily count her. Yeah, she can hit big special and go boom, but Lithithia, that rearmed Lithithia can probably do it. Unfortunately, I did not get her. She's one of those ones that I really wanted, but I missed, unfortunately. So I think she can probably take out Hector. I think. I don't know for sure, but she has the stuff. Logic, special jump. It looks like she should be able to, but anything's possible with this Hector from what I've seen.
Is anyone hurt?
So yeah, that's the list. Glad that I had someone and I didn't have to re-bless them. I want to keep Boulder and Hearthfelger in light season. And then I have Veronica here, who was already blessed, so I'm probably just going to use her more since I actually really like this Veronica and I don't feel like I've gotten the most usage out of her. None of the Shezes are able to do it because they just don't live the counterattack. Well, actually, I mean, with support, they can do it. Take out Hector, I'm referring to. Primarily like drive buffs, plus 10 damage, stuff like that. They can do it with drive support, but it's still like really cutting it close. Yeah, so it's good to have Veronica who can actually tank I think the units that will be able to do it long term are the units that can actually tank the hits. So that's Veronica and Boulder. Those two are actually able to live the counter attack from Hector. So those are the units that you're going to be probably leaning on more as we go forward into the rest of the year and we start to get more. I don't think we're going to get a ton more armor. We've gotten a few armor units, I want to say, lately, so I don't think we're going to get like a ton more of them. Usually that's the case whenever we get like a bunch of armored units that kind of slow down somewhere in between and start giving us different movement types because the armor just gets so powerful. I feel like we're going to lean more towards nukes for the rest of, let's say, now until CYL. I think we're going to get a bunch more nukes because they're definitely needed. And especially since Harmonic Ike won the free unit thing, I can definitely see us going in that direction. IS likes to, counter the thing that everyone has for free. So I can definitely see that happening. Which, interestingly enough, even after Ike won, there was another banner that we got with Ike on it. So, you know, that just goes to show that there was just no reason for him to win. The community sometimes is just so dumb. But I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't blame the community. Maybe we should blame IS for creating the multiplier. Because the multipliers do get kind of insane sometimes. But, you know, to be fair, it's just, there's no reason for him why he should have won. There's no reason why Edelgard should have gotten knocked out. But that's a whole separate thing. Overall, I'm just glad I have units that can take out Hector. We need more, so I can actually put them on defense, because they're really difficult. Because it's really difficult to fit enough units to cover everything on defense. And yeah, I need a one-stop unit that just covers all bases. Maybe the Erica can do it. Maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe I'll regret not pulling for her. But I just don't like that unit and what she stands for. And not even just the unit. I don't like the unit, and I don't like the banner. I pulled for the Sylph. Fortunately, he's not great either. I was really hoping that the Sylph would be able to help me out with the Hector stuff, but does not live the hit. Does not do enough damage. So, no, he's just another one. Another Sylph that misses the mark. Unfortunately, why don't they just make the units good, like I've been saying, you know? But yeah, this is another unit that just doesn't take all the boxes, and I don't know, like, I can't even give his fodder to Joshua, to Ascended Joshua, because the weapon, Joshua's weapon, is really cool. So it doesn't really feel right to give that away, to swap that out, rather. The A skill, I guess, is a bit of an upgrade. The B skill, Joshua doesn't really want Disarm Trap, really. And then the C skill, I guess it's just your dagger specific or generic C skill. There's nothing really crazy there. So it's not really that much of an upgrade on my Ascended Joshua. I'm probably just better off waiting on him to get a refine at this point. So I don't know. Not any dagger units that I'm really going to be building. I could give the fodder to Layla, which is a dagger unit that I actually like. You know, maybe that would be a good upgrade for her. But I don't know. I guess I'll just keep him around for now. I was really hoping to be... I'll test some more. Maybe there's some partnerships, some pairings that will allow him to hit harder. But I was really hoping that he'd be able to take out Hector and Ike and stuff. But yeah, another disappointment, I guess, is the best way to say it. Tempest Trials, I'm kind of just breezing through that, wasting the stamina potions. I still have 500 left from that time that they gave us 999 stamina potions. I have 500 left, and I'm just like burning through them because there's no other reason to keep them around. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing with my stamina potions, getting the feathers on my units, 9,000. A lot of my barracks is pretty much done there. And after that, I don't know, like there's not a lot of content to be played in the game. Getting light season next week, I already saw the bonus. It's gonna be Hector and Celica, so that's great. That's great. So I'm gonna have to buff my teams up a bit to try to deal with this Hector problem. And probably a great week to run Lorather, if I'm being honest, since Tiki is also the bonus unit. So the partnership of those two can be problematic, but then I don't know. It's something to think about. Probably won't get them for Astra season, I don't think. We'll probably get Chaos season. What days? No. Kind of far from Chaos season. So yeah, we'll probably get them for Astra season as well. Another banner, hopefully soon. Hopefully there'll be something good on it, because the spring banner just wasn't it. I don't know. Again, maybe I'm just totally missing the mark on this Erica. But again, I just don't like the unit. And here we go with Celica blowing up for Mortis. GG's. I feel like that's a great way to close the season. This unit, sleeper good. This Celica.